The first pillar in the well-architectured framework is the operational excellence. It's the ability to run and monitor systems to deliver business values and to continuously improve supporting processes and procedures. It's about having operations that are great. There are design principles that you need to know about and questions that you ask yourself. First of all your operations should be code. Infrastructure as code, or IAC, is going to be the most important thing of operational excellence. And remember, infrastructure as code is CloudFormation. You need to annotate documentation. So when you create documentation, make sure it's annotated, make sure it's commented, make sure it's clean, and it's generated after every build of your application. You need to make frequent and small reversible changes so that in case of failures, you can reverse it. If you make huge changes every 6 months, this is not going to go well. You need to fine-tune operations procedures frequently so as the team gets more familiar with the operations. They are able to refine it, automate more, and make improvements. And finally, anticipate failure. Now that will always happen, and you need to learn from all these failures, right? Failures do happen and they're great. Failure is when we actually learn. When you fail, you learn. So we all should do the same thing. And this is the design principle of operational excellence. Now let's see what this operational excellence means in terms of AWS services. And the first one is going to be to prepare. So prepare is going to be how we basically prepare everything to have operational excellence. So you should use runbooks. You should have good infrastructure standards. You should do run deployments and like mock deployments. And for this, you could use AWS CloudFormation. Basically, to prepare everything as a nice infrastructure as code. And then config would be really nice as well to be using. We haven't seen config in depth in this course, but config could be used to evaluate the compliance of your CloudFormation templates. Then after preparation, you operate. You need to operate and basically automate as much as you can. You should release fast. You should avoid manual process. So again, CloudFormation would be a great tool for this. Config as well. CloudTrail to make sure to track all the API codes that are done and to make sure nothing is done on purpose or nothing is changed manually. Now another tool could be CloudWatch to basically monitor the performance over time of your stack and make sure that if you need to operate it, you know what operations to do. And finally, Xray. We have not covered Xray in depth in this course, but Xray is a service used to trace API calls and to trace HTTP requests and to make sure that they're working correctly. And if you're not working correctly, then the Xray can point us to where the incorrect stuff is happening. Finally, you need to evolve your infrastructure over time. So how do we do this? Well, again, CloudFormation as you understand it. CloudFormation is the central theme of this whole operational excellence pillar. But you also need to be able to evolve over time. So all these CI/CD tools, basically Cloud Build, Code Commit, Code Build, Code Pipeline, all these can be used for improving CloudFormation templates. Now, these tools allow you to basically iterate quickly, deploy quickly, and deploy more often, and deploy small changes. And all these things will contribute to operational excellence. Now remember, just going into the exam, you don't need to understand or remember any of this stuff. I'm just trying to educate you here to all these AWS services. And how to help with this operational excellence pillar? This is just educative, alright? Now I recommend a quick skimming of the operational excellence pillar on the white papers of AWS website if you want to. But here, I'm just trying to give you a small rundown. You don't need to remember all these services. There's no point-to-point service mapping of services. in operational excellence pillar. But it's just to give you an idea of how all these services can be used as a synergy to basically drive operational excellence. Alright, that's it for this lecture. I'll see you in the next one.